Hello, love bugs. How are we today? I am doing well, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that reached out to me in the messages and just told me how much my video yesterday helped them, and just asking more questions about how to actually heal from emotional trauma and relationships and betrayals and all of that. So, I'm going to spend some time over the next few weeks and dig into this with you guys. Um, so as I got some of the messages last night, I sat down this morning and, I just started writing some curriculum of how to deliver this message. So I'm going to pull up my notes so I can see them so I can stay on track because I love talking and I can get way off topic very, very easily. And so my notes allow me to stay on topic. And so I just want to tell each of you that life happens, and we often beat ourselves up. And I don't want you to do that anymore. I want you to realize, like, hey, if someone, and this is something I always tell my students, if you're talking to yourself harmful and abusive, what would you do if someone talked to someone you love the way you talk to yourself? You would probably try to fight them. You might end up catching a charge. I don't know. But the thing is we have to learn to appreciate and love ourselves, number one. And the person that needs to talk to ourselves the kindest and the most loving is ourselves. Okay? Because so often, so many people are looking at others to fill this void and to love them, and we don't love ourselves. So, part of what I'm going to be talking about is truly how to just love you. Like, because everything we desire from others, 99% of the time, we're not giving to ourselves. And we're expecting others to fill that void. And that void is never going to get filled by someone else. Ever, ever, ever. So today I want to really talk about what happens emotionally and understanding that when some type of pain hurts, when you've been hurt by someone, and this doesn't necessarily have to be in a heartbreak situation or a betrayal by a partner. This could be you're hurt by family members, you're hurt by friends, you're hurt by coworkers, you're hurt by, yes, partners. But if we can start to understand what is happening emotionally, then we could begin to heal from it. And so when we've been hurt by someone, there is more to the pain than just the one time event. And what happens is our emotions are kind of like a mishmash of everything that has happened in our past. And the pain that we're feeling presently also incorporate fears of our future and basically the interpretation of the event. How do you think about that? Like, what does this mean to you? And what does it mean about you? Because what is happening is we're activating all of our past pains. And when we've experienced betrayal by someone that we love, it hurts us so deeply. It does. And it hurts so much, you wonder if you can make it past what happened. And sometimes that pain is about more than just that one event. And we have that one event, but it's really a compound of all those other times we've been hurt. Because everyone I've ever worked with, that's one of the things they said. Well, everyone always hurts me. Everyone always betrays me. Everyone, everyone, everyone. So what happens is you allow that one person's betrayal But what it does is it wakens up the pain from all the other times you were betrayed. It's like it wakes it up and like, hey, let's just bring it all to the forefront. We recognize this. Let's all come up now. And the thing is, you may not even remember the events of the emotions that triggered you, but they're still adding to the hurt you're experiencing now. And when you were portrayed in past relationships, no matter how old you were, the pain is still stored in your body because you never let it go. And your emotions don't care about the actual event. All they do is they just recognize the pain. And the pain of the past is awakened and rises up and it adds to the hurt. And it's like the pain joins together to become this one big episode. Like it's like all of a sudden it's just everything is screaming at you. And it's difficult to release the past when it's tangled in a chain, and every time the pain you feel of betrayal or hurt is attached to it. Imagine how big that chain is and imagine how it's holding you back. And so then what ends up happening is there's a loss of dreams that we have. And every relationship, job, or activity you entered into has a dream attached to it. And some of those dreams are small, but having relationship dreams are often huge because we're actually creating plans for the rest of our life. And that could be in friendships, that could be in relationships. I mean, think about it. You're dating someone, and then you're making dreams or plans to get married. And you get married, and then you start to have children. So you have this dream and this vision of this family, but then you end up getting a divorce. So all those dreams just crumbled. Or if you have a friend that you've been friends with your whole life, but something happens and y'all start to grow apart, your dreams are crushed on this lifelong friendship. Same thing with family members or even a position at a job. Like if you have this vision, like, okay, this is my dream job. I've always wanted to work. I've always wanted to create this. Even entrepreneurs, like we start businesses sometimes and they don't work, but we had these dreams that were attached to that. And so the betrayal and the emotional trauma is much, much deeper. Because what we're realizing is when whatever the relationship is that ends, everything you thought that would happen in the future also ends. So the dreams of you loving this one person and being loved by them is now gone. Your dream, your expectations that would care and support each other through difficult times is dissolved. And your dreams of security and caring and excitement and your idea of family have just disappeared. It's gone now. And your hurt is increased by the repercussions in other parts of your life. Like, think about it. Your financial situation may change and your career may be negatively impacted. Additionally, you may lose friends and people you considered family if you lost a partner because the people that you've incorporated into your life, their family members, you now lose them potentially. Or y'all had mutual friends together, their friends became your friends, and now y'all not together. So you lose all of this. And the thing is that each additional consequences of the initial event complicates the feelings involved. These additional hurts make it more difficult to release the past and move on. So understand that letting go can be difficult And now you're starting to understand why. Because you start to lose a sense of yourself. And it took time to go through the ups and downs of life to discover who you are. You may have felt comfortable with yourself and where your life was going, and then boom, the big hurt happened. And suddenly, everything you thought you knew about yourself was just shattered into a million pieces. The ending of the relationship is difficult, and usually ugly words are said and accusations are thrown about. And if you were in an emotional abusive relationship, you now have to sort through what your partner said about you and what you believe is true. Because you could have entered this relationship with a healthy self esteem. And now all of a sudden you feel embarrassed or even ashamed of where you are now. And what you need to do is start to spend time getting to know who you are without your partner telling you lies about yourself. Because sometimes that's how they feel better is by dragging you down. It feels like they're giving you control because hurt people hurt people. So, you sorting through this negativity and finding the truth about you will definitely be a challenge, but one which you will have discovered the wonderful and delight for you. Because here's the thing, you can never leave you. You are always attached to you, always. So, finding the truth about you is amazing. And I get it. You may feel like you're on unstable ground right now, especially as you're getting to know yourself again. But know that that takes strength and courage to uncover the self you think you lost. That strength and courage is within you, waiting to be rediscovered. And what happens is we lose ourselves oftentimes when we get in relationships and even friendships or even a job is because we think this is who they want. So we play that part. And as we're playing that part, we're losing who we are in the background. And then when all of this shatters, you're sitting here like, well, who the hell am I? I don't even know anything about myself. I was doing these things because I thought it would make this person happy. I don't even know what makes me happy. And then oftentimes we keep saying, well, I want to go back to who I am. You're not that person anymore. Not saying that certain traits can't come back, but the thing is, you've experienced something that hurts you. Like you think about COVID. Is anyone the same that they were previous to COVID? No, because now every time we walk somewhere and we hear somebody cough, we automatically, the PTSD is initiated and we automatically, oh God, are they sick? Am I going to get sick? Like you have this undercurrent of fear. So you can never go back to not having that now because it's there. Now you could heal from it, yes, but that's what you're having to do. Because here's the thing, when you discover that your relationship was based upon a lie, you need to redefine yourself and your relationship. You'll feel the push to discover what is true and not true about your relationship. And part of moving on may be accepting that you will never know. I know there's some people, I just need to know why. No, you don't. You don't. Just know that it's over. Because what triggered it to be over, it's you don't need to worry about it. Okay? Because here's the thing, before you got hurt, you may have defined yourself by your relationship. And guess what? Suddenly that definition is no longer there. So now what are you going to do? So that's why you feel lost. So I want you to take time to discover the amazing person you are. Who you truly are is not based upon someone else's definition of you. Discover your own gifts and talents, which are waiting for you to notice and use them. And as you navigate through this, you may begin to doubt yourself. When you believe you've found the perfect partner or friend, and then that person leaves or betrays you, you begin to doubt yourself. You may doubt your judgment. You may have thought you had good judgment about people, but now you wonder if that's true. And it's not unusual to believe the fault lies with you. Yes, soul searching may be needed, but know that rarely all relationships all are all one person's fault unless one person has a mental or emotional disorder. So know that it's not one person's fault. It's never that, because part of it is you having to take some of the ownership yourself and say, okay, how many things was I allowing to happen? My boundaries were being violated. Or when something inside of you was telling this isn't safe, or say no, but you said yes. Like those things happen too. And oftentimes people fell in love with who we showed them, but then we changed to be the person that we thought they needed or wanted. But sometimes that isn't true. And your feelings about the relationship and about you are often deep and complex. And this combination can make it extremely difficult to release the past. And that's okay. So, what I want you to do is I'm going to give you some questions that I want you to ask yourself. Okay? Because as we're navigating through this, I want you to discover that we can make it difficult to release the past. Okay. And part of that is because we're holding on to things. And I want you to learn to let go. So, one of the things that I'm going to challenge you with is think of this and the feelings from similar events that has increased the intensity of your feelings. All right. Look at the loss of the future you dreamed about that complicates your feelings of this loss. And you may feel you no longer know who you are. And it's making it difficult to sort through your feelings and you begin to doubt yourself. So let's let all of that go. Okay. So I'm going to put some questions in with this video. And as promised, I'm going to try to keep these under 20 minutes. And so I will see all of you beautiful souls on our next self love journey.